comedy just keeps on coming. At the Melbourne International Comedy Festival back in April, this gentleman was nominated for a Barry Award. He's here with the same show that you're able to see in this run. It's called Still Life. Would you please welcome to the stage Mr. Paul Foots?
Greetings. So, what I think I'll do, I've only got just a very short time to win over the crowd. So, obviously I'm under a lot of pressure. So what I'll do is I think I'll do a joke, first of all. So I think I'll do over this way, over this side. And then I'll just mention a couple of things, it'll be quite brief. And then after that it's going to be a bit of a chat, as you know. And then afterwards I think I'll go home. This is a joke to start. This is a joke about how I met a woman last night. It's a joke. I've never met a woman. Yes. Well, I met this woman last night. I met her at a fun fair, actually. And it was quite nice, but the thing is, though, things got off to a bit of a shaky start, really, because, well, you know when you're chatting someone up and you feel a bit shy and nervous, and so you end up saying the wrong thing? Well, what I meant to say was, hello. But what came out was, beware! Which didn't make a very good first impression. She clearly liked me, though. She definitely liked me, because I spent the rest of last night sitting on the merry-go-round, holding her hand, which was so romantic. Quite tiring for the girl, though, because she had to keep running around the outside, moving her arm up and down as the horse rose and fell. She died. So that concludes the initial joke. That's just the initial joke to get the audience on my side. Now, I think I've got one or two. I've got about 1 minute left. I've got that minute left, I just want to say something about firemen, because they're absolute show-offs, firemen, aren't they? I mean, I know they rescue people and they're quite brave, but I mean they're show-offs. I mean, do firemen, do they really need to slide down those poles? I mean, why can't they just play cards on the ground floor? And then, when there's a call-out, reach their fire engine by the method of walking. And, you know, and on the subject of exercise, don't you agree that school sports days are humiliating enough for slow runners, without them having to have the mothers and fathers races to, well, basically, as far as I can see, merely demonstrate that the children were never in with a chance genetically. And the final thing I wanted to say, and we're right up against the clock today, I might look relaxed, but I know the time is ticking. I just want to, because we've talked about a couple of annoying things there, the firemen and the thing. Well, I think this is probably the most annoying thing ever. And it's horrendous, and that is Sudoku puzzles. I mean, what an absolute waste of time they are, aren't they? I mean, they're pointless, aren't they? I mean, you see people, you see them on the trains and that. People spend about half an hour sometimes, don't they? Like working out how to get all the numbers correctly into the grid. Oh, yes. I'll require a 4 in that column. I've gone slightly wrong. I mean, no one checks.
Now you, come over here.
That's hard.
Have you done? Paul Foot.
Just for a minute. There's something I've just noticed.
Yeah.
I remember you in a Mexican hat.
That's right.
In a kitchen when I did Come Dine With Me. I remember you in a little Mexican hat.
That's right. I was in an episode of Celebrity Come Dine With Me with Lorraine.
Yes.
I wasn't the celebrity. My friend James Redmond was the celebrity, who was in various soap operas, and now is a comedian. And I was in a sort of... I was his friend helping in the kitchen.
Oh, it was a complete disaster. Who was the other friend?
Joey Page is also a comedian. It was basically about 9 hours of utter fun, just in a kitchen messing around.
And then we ate it to find out afterwards they chucked it all over the floor and all sorts.
I want to know who won. Who won?
Oh, no, that would be bad because I bought it up.
Did you win?
I don't mean I bought it up. You know, like literally. I won.
Oh,
yeah,
fantastic.
but I
Round of
shared
applause,
it.
please, to Lorraine.
But I shared it. I shared it.
Now, you were the first show that I ever saw at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival because when Topping and I came up with Topping and Butch in 2003,
yes,
we shared the same venue.
I was just before you, I think.
You were just before us.
Yes.
And one of the crazy things is that I didn't know too much about comedy then. And I saw you, and I didn't actually understand or get into it for about 10 minutes because you hadn't started the show yet. It was just literally as people were coming, we're just having a chat. We're not doing a show. We're just having a chat. And it's a style of comedy which, I mean, it's certainly gone down extremely well in Australia because they've just called you a genius there, and they want to give you 6 stars when they can only give you 5 stars. How many people do you find come to your show actually sort of don't get what you do and take a little bit of a time to get into it?
Not so many now, unfortunately. Because I mean, you know, in about 2009, when I did a show, it was we used to have massive numbers of walkouts. But I mean, I did. It was quite extreme show. I mean, in 2009, I did a bit where I talked about taking revenge against a bed and breakfast landlady, and it was a routine that went on for 37 minutes. And some people just couldn't take it anymore. But then the thing is, you see, with each passing year, the people who don't like it don't come back, and the people who like it bring all their friends who like it. Yeah. So now, disappointingly, we're down to literally hardly any walkouts ever. Yeah. A couple of people, and even they're quite polite normally. So it's not like the good old days when I remember in 2004, half my audience would sometimes leave. But then the remaining half would absolutely love it, and they would find the fact the other half had left made it enjoy them even more, you know. Yeah,
yeah. And you've never compromised on your comedy at all. It's always been kind of zany. How do you get your ideas?
Well, just I don't know. I just think of it. I mean, people often say, "Oh, your comedy is so unusual." I know it's unusual, but it's not unusual to me. To me, it's the most normal sort of. You know, I consider myself to be normal, and the rest of the world to be a bit.
You're just
bit
wired
wrong.
differently, aren't you?
Yeah, I think I am. Now, when I was on that episode of Come Dine With Me, it's quite interesting, wasn't it? Because you and the other actors on it were told that I and Joey, that we were failed actors trying to get into acting.
No, not at all. It was quite a surprise when we came in, and first of all, I remember, I think you dropped a load of stuff on your trousers, and I saw some lallies go by. I thought, hello, I've just seen lallies, legs. Some naked legs go by. I think there's another man in the house, because of course you don't usually meet other people. You meet the person who is entertaining you. And then when you came out in the sombreros, they were very, very funny. So I was looking forward to you coming.
Oh, nice. Oh, good.
I just thought I'd leave that. Okay. Paul Fox, absolutely fantastic 3 minutes. I think there are going to be quite a few people who, even if they're not free, will want to put their hands up. Paul Foot's on at 7:40, is that right, at the Underbelly?
That's right, and if people don't like it, they can always walk out, you know.
That would make him happy.
She'll bring me back to the glory days of 2009. So either way, I'm a winner, really.
Right, if you'd like
or just get tickets and don't turn up. You know, there are all ways of rebelling.
That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good